Last week someone asked me to talk to them about women's organizations on campus, and it led me to really think about how that has changed since I came here in 1985, and that it might not be obvious to people who are looking that there's a strong and active presence of women students and of feminist ideas in a variety of organizations, but most of them don't have the word women or the word feminism in the title, and so you don't know that's what's going on. And any time that a movement is kind of getting itself together, it tends to have more sort of intransigent identity questions, because those are people who are charting ground either for the first time or else it's something that hasn't been done in that case a half a century. They tend to think more about who are we. And what happens as a movement is a little more seasoned, and as it starts to make alliances with other movements and see connections with other issues, it's not so much who are we, it's what do we want to do. There's this idea in women's studies scholarship that's been very important for at least a couple of decades, which is that instead of looking at gender by itself or women by themselves, that we look at what's called intersectionality. Intersectionality is the idea that gender, race, class, religion, ability, nationality, and any other important vector of power in any society are always intertwined, that they never stand alone. And so you have to look at their relationships. So just in the week since someone asked me this question, I started looking around, and I found over a dozen student organizations that have a strong feminist component and a strong women's membership in them. And they don't have the word women or the word feminist in the name, so you might not think to look there. But it's a strong presence of women with feminist ideas and men with feminist ideas, so that feminism has become kind of a foundation. They take for granted that of course they're going to be attuned to gender equality, and of course they're going to take gender into account.